Buckle your seatbelts, passengers, because this final ride is going to be a bumpy one. The final episodes of Manifest Season 4 have finally arrived on Netflix. If you just finished binge-watching the last 10 episodes all in one sitting and are left wondering, now what do I watch? That's where we come in. Here are some show titles I think you'll enjoy. So without any further ado, let's start with the first series in this list, The 4400. Much like the passengers of Flight 828 on Manifest, the group that came to be known as the 4400 disappeared for a long period of time. On this sci-fi drama, which ran for 4 seasons, we learned that 4,400 people who vanished in beams of white light have all reappeared at once. Confused and disoriented, they have no memories of what transpired during their time away. A fictional diversion of the Department of Homeland Security, the National Threat Assessment Command is put in charge of investigating the bewildering phenomenon. As in Manifest, many of the returnees of the 4400 have difficulties getting their lives back on track after being gone for so long. Additionally, a small number of the group begin to exhibit paranormal abilities, including telepathy, telekinesis, and precognition. With this development, science and biology take a front seat in the series, providing reasonable explanations of what happened to the victims. The show was so popular among fans that a reboot is currently in the works at the CW. You can watch this series on Netflix. Into the Night. This show is crazy dumb, but it does involve plane-specific science fiction, so it gets a spot on this list. Into the Night is Belgium's first original Netflix series, set in a world where the sun acts up and starts frying people on the planet. That's bad news for everyone, but not so bad for people on a commercial airliner taking a red-eye from Belgium that gets hijacked by someone who knows what's up and comes up with the master plan to continually fly east away from the sun and burn death for as long as possible. Brilliant. Naturally, mysteries and conspiracies abound, and the diverse passengers have convenient skills. There happens to be a pilot, a nurse, a mechanic, and a climate scientist on board to keep them alive and in the air. If you squint really hard and take a few leaps of faith, it's kind of like Manifest from the plane's point of view. When Manifest premiered, it was instantly compared to ABC's Lost, which ran for 6 seasons from 2004 through 2010. After all, both shows have a lot in common, including a group of phenomenally good-looking strangers whose lives change forever after taking a ride on a plane. In the case of Lost, that's because the plane crashes on a remote island that's inhabited by a smoke monster and other bizarre entities. The non-linear storytelling in Lost, which was augmented by both flashbacks and flash-forwards, was groundbreaking at the time and has been imitated ever since with varying degrees of success. Manifest uses the same technique throughout most of its first season, but gradually moves away from it as the series goes on. The Returned. Manifest is more than just about a disappearing plane and people. It's about a reappearing plane and people. The mystery about why the passengers of Flight 828 are back is central to the show, as it is to the 2012 French series The Returned, one of my favorite seasons of TV of all time. The first season of The Returned is set in a small French town that sees the dead return fully fleshed. None of that decaying zombie stuff, with no idea how they got there or what happened. Their returns coincide with unusual happenings around town, but the dynamics between the dead and the people who thought they lost them is what makes this show really sparkle. That and the constant creepy tone and score. The second season loses its way, and the American remake is atrocious. You can watch this series on AMC+. Flash Forward. One of the most fascinating parts of Manifest is how the show uses flashbacks and flash-forwards to play with time. In 2009, ABC adapted the sci-fi novel Flash Forward, which also utilizes time in a unique way. Flash Forward revolves around the lives of several people after a mysterious event makes everyone on the planet lose consciousness for just over 2 minutes. During the blackout, people see visions of what their lives will be like in 6 months. Unfortunately, the series only lasted 1 season, with a finale that introduced another flash-forward event, one that occurs more than 20 years into the future. Well, I think this is it for this video. Let us know in the comments below if you know more series similar to Manifest can be included in this list. Thanks for watching, and I hope I will see you in the next video.